Hi guys, it's Jana Eubank. I'm back with a close to my heart Craft with Heart scrapbooking kit for September. And sorry, my cat keeps wanting to get right on top of my page, so you may see her a few times. Anyway, I'm going to start with this layout right here. And I think what I want to do is create a single page layout using these elements. I've printed off a few pictures of my daughter and I at a mother-daughter activity where we made some body scrubs together, some sugar scrubs, and I thought this nice pastel paper and the pinks would go well with this sugar scrub theme. So we are going to do that. I love this one that has the pre-printed journaling spot, so I think I'm going to try and work with this paper first. And I also pulled out a sheet of white cardstock, a sheet of gray cardstock, and just some pink scraps that I had in my stash that were similar to these pink pieces right here in the die cuts. So I'm not sure if I'll incorporate these or not, but just thought I'd keep them handy in case I do. Okay, so let's get started. I had a few pictures printed off that I wanted to use for this layout, and two of them were very similar, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use for my main photo. So here I'm just trimming them up and deciding, okay, which ones do I want to use? I know that I'm going to use this paper with the pre-printed journaling spot like I mentioned before, and I want to put the main photo off to the right. I also cut out this yellow patterned dovetailed piece that I'm going to use to layer. So I just use my scissors to cut those ends, and now I'm ready to go. I try out the two photos and I decide to go with the larger one of the two, and then here I'm just arranging the smaller photos along the bottom. And I know I also want to mat these with some white cardstock, so I pull out the white photo placeholder, sorry, I can't talk, the white photo placeholders, and I'm using those as part of to map my photos. So if you have 4x6 photos already, all you need to do is just trim a little bit off of each side, and it will fit right there on that placeholder. And then I did that. I did the same thing with those smaller 3x4 photos. So here I'm going to arrange the photos just kind of randomly below that larger photo, hanging off the rectangle block, and then I'm deciding how I want to place that yellow piece behind. And I originally thought that I was going to do a white background, but at this point I decide, you know, I'm going to match this blue piece with the white and actually use the gray for the background. So I just get that arranged right here. Looks good. Get that into place. I did struggle a bit getting that straightened, so you'll see me pull it up a few times. Then here I'm deciding, again, do I want the yellow to go behind the blue piece or in front of the blue piece? And I decide ultimately to put it behind the blue block. Here I punched out the pink scallop pieces that came with the kit, and I'm trying to decide how I want to accent the photos, since my page is a little bit different than the one that they showed. So I decided to go with all scallop pieces. This one fit this photo perfectly, and then the smaller photo, and then the horizontal one, it was a little too big. So I'm just deciding how I want to trim the scallops off, if I want them to be a little shorter than the picture, or have them chop off the scallops so the pattern kind of ends abruptly and match it. But I do decide to make it match the other photos and have the scallop bumps end. And if that makes sense, I don't even know if I'm making sense. So there you go. You can see it's a little bit shorter than that horizontal photo. Now there were these two pink pieces that came with the kit that were meant as accent pieces, and to me they looked like the top of tags. So I had originally thought maybe I'll stick them at the top left and have them be two little tags. But I then decided, no, for whatever reason, it didn't feel good, and I decided to end up putting it over to the right of the main focal photo, the biggest photo. But in the meantime, I punched out these two large butterflies, and then I'm pulling off this sticker title that says Together, And I'm going to go ahead and put that down across the top of that journaling block area. And I overlap it onto my photo a little bit, which is fine because there's that empty space in the top left corner. It's not cutting off anyone's face. And I get this down and I overlap the G on top of the E, but then I decided that I wanted it to be tucked under. And then the together wasn't quite straight, so I do it again and hopefully it looks okay. I did crinkle the sticker a little bit as I was pulling it off, so you'll see me come back with a little roller tool and kind of try to iron out or rub out those wrinkles. But it's fine, you can't really see them that much. So here I am playing with the butterflies a little bit, and I'm thinking about the tag. I think I'm grabbing some foam squares right here to just pop those up a little bit, and then I add the smaller butterfly stickers. And I decided to put them in a visual triangle so that your eye goes around the page. Now I'm taking my ruler and I'm just trying to mark the center point so that I can make this look like a tag. So I'm measuring and deciding where I'm going to punch the hole. And at first I'm thinking I'm going to do a little small 1/8 inch eyelet, but at the last second I decided to go with a bigger eyelet. So I use my Crop-A-Dial to punch that hole a little bit bigger, and then I grab this silver eyelet and I get it set into this little piece that looks like a tag. I add some white twine to it. I was trying to decide, do I want the twine to just trail down, or if I want it, in like a little strand, or do I want to tie it in a bow? And I decided to tie it in a bow so that it's not, I don't know, just needed a little feminine touch there, I guess. Just felt like the bow was a good fit for right there. There I am, that's an old basic gray rub-on tool. It has a little roller ball in the end, kind of like a ballpoint pen, and I love it for rub-ons, but I also love it to like fix wrinkles in the sticker like I did there. Here I pull out some rhinestones from my stash just to accent those butterflies. And then I'm thinking about adding in some silver glitter just because the rhinestones had a bit of sparkle to them and I wanted to repeat the sparkle around. So there's that little odd space above the title that I thought I would put a piece of tape there. But I want my title to say "Spending Time Together." So I grabbed these coral colored tile letter stickers by Studio Calico that I have in my stash. I love that they matched the color of that pink tag and brings that lighter pink in more than one place. So I put those in, and then I'm trying to decide if I have room to put this little piece of washi tape, because I really do want that silver tape in there somehow. But with the letter stickers there, it feels a little odd, it feels a little piecey. So I stare at it for a minute and I decide that instead of just one little strip, I'm going to put a strip of the washi tape all across the top so it looks like one large border. And I like that a lot better. It feels cleaner and not so distracting with the other letter stickers. So we're getting really close to being done. I like the way that this looks. It feels good. It doesn't feel like it needs much more, but I do decide to add in some spritz, some misting. So I use the photo placeholders to cover the photos, and then I'm just sprinkling on a little bit of Mr. Huey's white mist. And then I also do some clay mist, which is a really light taupe gray. It matches the background perfectly. And I love that. I think that just makes it feel a little more organic and casual and fun, and kind of matches the feeling of that occasion. I get my journaling written in on the lines, put a date below my photo, erase my pencil lines. I always write my journaling in pencil first to make sure it fits and that I don't spell anything wrong. And there we go, the page is done. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this first kit come together. I created a single page layout from a double page kit from the Close to My Heart Craft with Heart September kit. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.